Hello everyone, I'm back once again. I am Tim with Golf Cart Garage. I am part of the Gearheads on Demand service that we offer at Golf Cart Garage. Gearheads on Demand is a service that we offer where you can schedule an appointment with me, or a phone call appointment, where you can pick a convenient time you want me to call you and we can discuss your golf cart related issue, and I might be able to help you out. I may have seen it before. I can also, when you schedule, you can also schedule a video session if you would like. If you think I need to see something in order to help you, I'll send you a link at whatever time that you picked on the scheduling page. If you're interested in this service, click the link in the description. That'll take you to the scheduling page where you can schedule with me. Let's see. We come here every week. And answer people's questions. Anybody in the live chat today, feel free to ask a question. Feel free just to say, "What's up, Tim?" Feel free to post what kind of golf cart you have on there. We talk about that if you're in the live chat. I've got some regularly scheduled questions also, but I will check on the live and get to you eventually. So let's see. We are live right now on Facebook and YouTube. It is 12 o'clock noon Central Time. This is episode 52. This is episode 52. We're doing 2 episodes a week now. We're doing 2 short episodes a week. So you'll see more of me, but in a shorter time frame. So let's see here. The garage is now open, so let's get started with the questions. Question number 1. I have a 92 EZGO Marathon. I use it at my trailer and had not used it for 2 weeks. When I got to my trailer, I fully charged the cart, and when I went to use the cart, I moved 1 foot, then came to a crawl, then stopped. Then the cart would not move in either direction. After about 30 seconds, I could hear a click, and the cart would have power, but barely any. Then it dies off again. Well, you're describing the symptoms of dead batteries, so we would have to determine if your charger actually did charge the cart, the last time you charged it. And the way we do that is we'd need to get battery readings off each one of your batteries, see what your batteries are doing right there, because you're describing to a T a dead battery pack, or one battery just completely dead and dropping out. So we would need battery readings before we can go any further with that. Question number 2. I think my switch is not working on my club car. It will not go into forward or reverse, and the batteries are fully charged. Well, my first question would be, is your solenoid clicking? Like, do you hear the solenoid click when you put your foot on the accelerator pedal? Because the solenoid has to click before the car is going to move. If your solenoid doesn't click, your car's never going anywhere. So we got to get that to click first. So that would be my first question. And the next question, does your car have a run tow switch or tow maintenance switch? And are you talking about a mechanical forward and reverse lever, or are you talking about a push button kind? So that would help me narrow down which electrical system that you have. But if you're sure your batteries are charged, then you need to check for cables going to your forward and reverse switch. If you have a run tow switch, disregard what I'm about to say. If you do not have a run tow switch, then you need to check those cables going to your forward and reverse switch for any faulty cables or anything getting hot in there, discoloration in the contacts. Number 3 is from Joyce. How do I tell if I need a drum? I know that I need new brake shoe. Okay, we get that question a lot, actually. I've heard that a lot. Golf cart brakes are not near as sophisticated as modern automobile brakes. Most of the time, unless, like, when you take your hub off and you can see your brake shoes, it's the old-timey drum brake shoes that older automobiles used to have. They still run them on golf carts to this day. So as long as your brake shoes did not wear down all the way to where they were going metal to metal and they scratched up the inside of your drum, then you probably don't even need to worry about the drum. I've seen golf carts go through several sets of brake shoes before the drum gets out of tolerance. In an automobile, that's a real tight tolerance. The drum needs to get resurfaced, or can't get all scratched, or you end up having to get a new drum. But in golf carts, as long as you didn't scratch it up by going metal to metal on your brake shoes, you probably just need to replace the shoes and don't worry about the drum. Number 4, this is from Robert. 93 EZGO Medalist gas engine. It starts and runs good for a while, but if you stop, it will still run but not move for 5 to 10 minutes. Then it will idle up and move fine. I have no idea what the problem is. Well, it sounds like, you know, you've got some electrical component that's, once it gets hot, it's failing. And the most common electrical component to do what you're describing would be the coil. You're in by the way, you know, you take off and your golf cart actually has air flowing against that motor, so it actually helps keep it cool. And when you stop, it actually, the temperature will still rise even more for a few minutes. You know, it doesn't just automatically starts cooling down when you stop. It can actually continue to rise for a few minutes before it starts dropping down. So, you know, it's just heat soak is what it's called, a heat cycle. So you definitely could have an electrical component and that could be failing, and most likely that would be a coil. All right, number 5. This is from Brian. I have a 2010 Club Car Precedent with a Club Car charger. The last time I left the charger on to charge the batteries and came back to the cart 4 days later. The charger was still charging at approximately 8 amps and some of the batteries were boiling. The battery dash gauge showed 51.3 volts. Would you expect that the 𝗂𝗃𝘁 could be at fault, or is there any reason this would happen? All right, let's go take this one step at a time. There's no way that your charger ran at 8 amps for 4 days and did not boil all the water out of your batteries. So that makes me think, there's 2 things that make me think that your charger was not really running. First one is the 51.3 volts. If your charger was running and you were showing 51.3 volts on the pack, well, if it was running at 8 amps, that 51.3 volts would be a lot higher than that. It would be higher than 51.3. That your battery pack will get up to over 60 volts before that charger shuts off, and there's no way that it ran for 4 days. So I would want you to test that charger on another cart and see if your amp gauge might just be stuck or something, because something doesn't sound right there. But yes, the 𝗂𝗃𝘁, I mean, you're correct in what you're saying. If I'm way off on that, then your 𝗂𝗃𝘁 is the device that tells your charger what to do in a 2010 Club Car. It tells your charger to come on, it tells your charger to shut off, it tells your charger how long to charge. So yeah, the 𝗂𝗃𝘁 is responsible to tell your charger what to do in your particular electrical system. But like I said, there's some numbers that aren't really adding up in your scenario that I'd like to clear up first, make sure that charger is actually running. When it says it's at 8 amps, I'm doubting whether it's actually running. Let's see, we'll come back to number 6. I'm going to check Facebook and YouTube. The Battery Guy. What's up, Battery Guy? We do live videos as well. The Battery Guy. That's cool. That is cool, Battery Guy. Thanks for coming in the chat, man. Let's see. Checking on YouTube. Not seeing anything there. Okay, we're going to go back to number 6 now. This is from Robert. This is my problem. Wheel leans a lot. I have a Yamaha G16. Well, that is a problem because a Yamaha G16, there's no camber or caster adjustment. I'm assuming that when you say your wheel leans a lot, that you're talking about top and bottom like that, or you know, something leans like that. there's no camber or caster adjustment, so if it just all of a sudden showed up, it's very possible that you have something bent. And it's either maybe your spindle or where your spindle mounts to the bottom of your coilover shock. Yamaha G16 has a coilover shock in the front that the spindle mounts to, so you could have something bent in there. You could have a bent tie rod going to your steering rack. I mean, there's several things that could happen there, but there's no adjustment to do camber or caster on the front end. Let's see, number 7. When I try to plug the charger into the charging port on my EZGO cart, I get sparks. That's not good. I would have questions first. I'd have questions about wiring. What I would want you to do, well, I want to know, did anybody recently work on your battery pack, or did you recently get a battery job done on the cart? Because it sounds like maybe you got a wire that's not in the correct spot. What I would want you to do would be look at the back side of your charging receptacle. You know, the charging receptacle is the spot where you plug your charger in on the cart. Look at the back side of it. Underneath the seat, there should be some couple of big wires going to your battery pack. One of them's going to be white, one of them's going to be black. Follow that white one. Make sure that it's hooked all the way to the first battery positive post. Follow the black one. Make sure it's hooked to the number 6 or last battery negative post. That way you should be getting full battery pack voltage at that charging receptacle. You can also take your voltmeter, your handheld voltmeter, put your leads inside the charging receptacle, inside of it, you know, where you plug your charger in, and see what voltage you're getting right there, because your charger is got to sense full battery. It's got to sense battery pack voltage, not necessarily full battery pack voltage, but it's got to sense voltage in order for it to turn on. So if you're getting sparks, you know, before it even turns on, I'm worried that either something is wired wrong in the cart or your charger may be faulty, and you're going to have to most likely have to test that on another golf cart in order to eliminate that as being the issue. Let's see. Just checking on Facebook and YouTube. We're good. Number 8. Hi Tim, I want to convert an EZGO forward and reverse switch handle type to electric. Which one do I need? If I'm understanding your question correctly, what you're wanting to do is change a series wound or mechanical type forward and reverse switch, where you have the copper contacts, and when you flip it to forward it does that, and then you flip it to reverse and it goes like that, and you're moving copper contacts that are actually changing the polarity to the motor and making the motor go forward and reverse. You're wanting to change from that to a push button type forward and reverse switch, if I'm understanding what you're saying. Now, that's a little more complicated than it sounds. You can't just go buy a push button forward and reverse switch and make that work, but it can be done. We actually don't sell the parts that you need to do this conversion as a kit at Golf Cart Garage. They are available. The parts are available. You need to plug into the Google search bar. You need to plug in reversing contactors, or golf cart reversing contactors. What it is, it's a kit that involves two solenoids. And then you activate, you have to get a new push button switch that comes with the kit, and it activates one solenoid, that makes it go in reverse, and then you push it or forward, and then you activate the other one, and this one closes, and that changes the polarity to make it go in reverse. But it does it electrically instead of mechanically, you know. So it can be done. It's going to take a little, you know, you can't be scared to take on this project, because it's going to have instructions, and you're going to might have to do a little research. I'm not sure how extensive the instructions are going to be for the kit if you find the kit. But plug in reversing contactors, golf cart reversing contactors. Number 9. This is from Ronnie. Purchased a new Yamaha cart and would like more speed. Can you tell me if anything can be changed? Well, if it's a new a newer Yamaha electric, we'll take them one at a time. If it's a newer Yamaha electric, probably can be programmed by Yamaha. That they can program it to speed it up a little bit. If it's a newer gas cart, then it's going to have a governor, and I don't always recommend messing with the governor unless you know what you're doing, but maybe the golf cart shop could check it out for you. The reason I don't recommend messing with the governor sometimes is because it can affect your slow speed driving. If you tweak the governor too tight, then to try to make your car go as fast as you possibly can, then you might not be able to drive slow anymore, or it might buck and jump when you try to drive slow. That's why I don't really like messing with the governor. A better idea in either one of those, like the electric or the gas, would be to go with a high-speed gear set in the rear end. High-speed gears are definitely available for golf carts. You can change the gear ratio. Now, you need to understand when you go to a higher speed gear set, you're going to lose some power. You're going to lose a little power. It affects an electric car more than it would affect the gas car, because the gas car would actually compensate for the loss of power because of the way the clutch systems work on a gas car. It's infinite number of gears, so it would automatically adjust for the loss in power. So that's just a couple of options for you. Electric car, you can get high-speed motor. You can get a combo pack like we sell at Golf Cart Garage, which includes a high-speed motor, a big controller, and a heavy-duty solenoid. We've got several combo packs you could look at. And they even have in the description for the combo packs, it even tells you the percentage of increase that you can expect in torque and in speed. So you could look at that. Go to golfcartgarage.com and plug in motors, and you'll see all these different combo packs that we have available. Let me go over to YouTube and Facebook. That looks good. That looks good. Anybody in the live chat, feel free to say something. Let's see, number 10. It's going to be the last regular question. This is from Robert. I have a 2007 48-volt Cushman utility. It has that number, G04 motor in it, and has seen better days. I'm looking for a compatible motor. The cart has a Curtis 1264 controller, and I would prefer not to have to change that out. Can you please let me know what motor is compatible? Well, I looked that up just before the session, and that motor, that number, the motor number you gave me, that is an EZGO part number. So that's a motor that's readily available. If you just plug that into the search bar, just that motor number, and several compatible motors come up. Now, it is an unusual motor. It's a big motor for that car, but they are out there. You should be easy to find one. I don't think, if I remember right, I didn't find exactly the one that you needed at Golf Cart Garage, but try it and see. Just plug that into the search engine and see what you come back with, because several of them did show up for me. Let's see. All right. Looks like we're about done. Don't forget to go to golfcartgarage.com. Look for this logo right here, and that's Extreme Golf Cart Makeover Season 2. It is over. The winners have been announced. The videos of the interview with the winners, they won $3,000 in store credit. They're going to have $3,000 worth of golf cart parts where they can redo their own golf cart. You might, if you're interested in that, if you're interested in seeing that interview with the winners. Oh, and we're going to do it again. It was a big success, so it's going to be another season. But there's several videos involved in what went on, so go look for this logo and click on it for more information. Don't forget that I am part of the Gearheads On Demand service at Golf Cart Garage. You can schedule an appointment with me. I can talk to you about your golf cart related issue 101. You can either schedule an appointment with me or with one of the other technicians at Golf Cart Garage. You can also just call up Golf Cart Garage and have one of the members of our amazing customer service team schedule the appointment for you. And if you're not comfortable with doing that yourself, any of the members of the amazing customer service team can help you out. Let's see. That's going to be about it. Let me check one more time. it looks like that's going to be it. That's going to be it for me. We will be back next week. We're going to do something different again. We're all constantly trying to change things up. I will be back Tuesday next week. We're going to do a next session. The next session will be episode 53. And then I'll be back Thursday of next week. We're going to do 2 a week. We're going to do 2 short ones a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon. That's where I'm going to be from now on. So if you forget Tuesdays, Tim, Tuesdays, Thursdays, all T's. That's where I'm at. All right. I will see everybody next week. The garage is now closed.